Hey there, good looking. If you're looking for an upper body workout that will challenge the muscles, yet be shoulder friendly, hey, you've come to the right place. Listen, you'll need some dumbbells for this workout, so I'd love for you to grab what you consider a light, moderate, and heavy. For reference, I've got a whole assortment from 5s all the way up to 25 pounds. You'll also need access to a sturdy chair or a bench, and guess what? If you're doing this in real time, this is day 3 of our strong and sassy challenge. All right, let's go get warmed up. All right, let's warm up. And we also are doing a bit of a warm up when we get into the workout as well. And it's also a really great shoulder mobility and exercise drill that we'll do. So let's start just by bringing the arms back, feet are apart, abs are engaged. We are really solid in that trunk area while we exaggerate our range of motion, bringing the arms behind us. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Like I said, this is a shoulder-friendly workout. We're going to be focusing on the shoulders as well, so it'll be a great way to build the strength up if that's what you're looking for. Or if you're just looking for a general upper body workout, hey sister, you're in the right spot. Here we go, last 3, and 2, and 1. Let's take ourselves down onto the mat. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, left hand light behind left ear. Now bring that left elbow so it touches the other elbow and then rotate and look up. Good, do it again. Woo, I don't know if you heard that on my mic. My shoulder just cracked. That was amazing. Is it still attached? Yep. Anyways, we're working into the shoulder here and an area of the back called your thoracic spine, your T-spine. Sometimes this area can get really locked up and cause havoc onto our shoulders. Let's do 2 more here. 1 more. All right, left hand, plug that right underneath the shoulder for me. Right hand light behind your ear. Elbow touches the inside of that. Left elbow now and rotate and look up. Two more. Last one. Beautiful. All right. Let's just take it into a plank here. Now, we're going to hold ourselves. You can go either from the knees, okay, or into a full plank. Now, with this position, draw the belly button in. And by all means, go down onto the forearms if you have sensitive wrists. What we want to focus on here is pushing the shoulder blades apart, or what we call protraction. And now bring the shoulder blades together. Okay, so let's get set up. Here we go, on the knees. Plug those wrists right underneath the shoulders. Drop the bum. Okay, look straight ahead. Now, without moving the elbows, here's the trick. You're just moving through the shoulder blades. I want you to push the ground away, rounding that upper back. Now bring the shoulder blades together. Great. Now, if you're able to do this and you want to increase the intensity, you come into full plank. Push, protract, retract. Try not to move the head, the torso, or those elbows. It is a great shoulder drill here. Woo! Now we just have 1 round of 5 exercises, really warming up the upper body and hitting into the shoulders. If you're doing the 21-day challenge with me, we are bulletproofing your shoulders this week. 1 more here. And lower down. Take yourself right down, tuck your toes in, extend the arms above the head. We did this on day 1. Lift the hands up. Now circle the hands around. Palms up, hands rest on the small of your back. Good, so over the bum, and then bring them back up to center. All right, chin in, let's go. So this is more mobility now in the shoulders. If this is really hard and challenging for you to do, come standing, all right, and get her done standing. It's especially useful for those of you that may have the remnants of frozen shoulder, all right? You're not gonna have a lot of play to do it on the ground, do it standing. When the timer goes, we're going to grab that light dumbbell and hit into the rotator cuff. So we want really light when we get going. Let's do 1 more here. All right, grab your light dumbbell. Place it in one hand, doesn't matter. You're just going to lie on your side. We'll do each side. Elbow's going to rest onto the top of your waist. Now we want the wrist to stay still, the elbow lined up with the shoulder, and keep the elbow here, and then lift up and lower down. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. You want this movement to come through the shoulder joint. We're working your rotator cuff or your external rotators of the rotator cuff. Woo! And mine are already tired. 5 pounds is a lot of weight, so I wouldn't go any heavier. In fact, you could even drop the dumbbell and just do body weight with your hand against gravity, and you may find that that is plenty. Remember, we're still warming up. This isn't the workout, okay? Couple more reps, and then we'll move it to the other side. Woo! Let's do one more here. Woo! All right, other side. So this muscle is an endurance muscle, so it isn't designed to lift a lot of weight. It is more a higher rep, lower load muscle. So where do we want the elbow? Right on top of the waist. Wrist, remember, keep it still. I see a lot of people moving their wrists when they're doing this. And we lift up and bring it in. So we internally rotate, bringing the dumbbell down, lifting it up, moving through that shoulder, externally rotating. We did this one in 2 on day 1. Past the halfway mark, we'll stand for a body weight lower trap exercise in 10 seconds. Remember to let go of the dumbbell and just keep doing it against gravity, body weight only. If this is getting too much, let's do one more. Woo! All right, let's stand. From here, bringing the arms straight up, and as we pull the elbows down, I want you to think about sliding the shoulder blades into the back pocket and extending the arms up without the shoulders coming to the earlobes. Here we go. Abs engaged, feet apart, draw down, elbows to rib cage. Good, and then have the arms slightly behind you. Good, now pick up that tempo without losing that form. Constant movement. That focus is on those shoulder blades coming into the back pocket. Abs are engaged. Good, halfway. After this, we'll grab a quick sip of water and move into the strength routine. Woo, shoulders are getting toasty. Let's do one more. All right, grab a sip of water. For the first circuit, we are going to need that chair or bench, as well as one heavy dumbbell and a pair of moderates. All right, have that sip of water. We're using the chair to help support our spine with a tripod row. Now the row works the larger muscles of your back, as well as back, shoulder, and bicep. So I want you to lift heavy on this one. Taking your left hand with the dumbbell, right hand on your chair, situate your bum back and lean back so that we can freely have that dumbbell come in front of the chair in front of the chair and in front of you. As you row up, elbow rushes by the rib cage, neutral spine. I find this positioning much better than the traditional positioning that we used to coach, one knee on the bench. Keep going and maybe take a peek. This guy here, I find that can put your pelvis in an unstable position. So here we can stabilize, abs engaged, and still get that support that low back needs when we're lifting heavy. Let's do one more. All right, deal? So we'll do the other side, and then we'll move into a chest exercise, and that's a superset. So that means we train one area of the body and then next exercise the other area. Ready? So hip hinge. Remember, you're going to lean back. So if you're too close to the chair, that dumbbell's not going to have room. Pull the shoulders back and down and row. Feet are apart. Mine are actually mat width. And my hand is more in the center. Again, that tripod idea. Balancing on the feet with the hand in the center of the body. Right arm's coming up. Exhaling as we lift up. Again, I encourage you to try heavy weight. These are large muscle groups, and I find women, we tend to be quite strong on this movement pattern. So the only way to get stronger is to lift heavier and challenge those muscles. One more. All right, just gonna move my chair a bit. I'm gonna grab a pair of 8s. I want you to grab what you sort of consider a light/moderate set. Feet apart, abs engaged, so we're really rooted in the trunk. Palms are gonna face me, elbows slightly bent. Scoop up, bring the arms to shoulder height and release. Side view, scooping up, sort of making the letter V as we come up. Squeeze the dumbbells together at that top, feeling your pecs, and front shoulders. Heck, I'm still feeling my shoulders from day one. So where's our exhale on this one? You always want to think about an exhale when you are strength training at the hardest part of the move. So from this guy, it's against gravity as we lift up. Abs engaged. Good. Let's do 2 more, and then we'll take it from the top. Last one. All right, so we have 2 sets of all of our circuits. We'll rotate into the second set now, back to that tripod row. Let's start with that left arm again. So dumbbell on the left, right hand on the bench, and then step back and push your hips back. So my arm is ahead of me. Pull up and release. So that right hand is ahead of me. It's not directly underneath my chest. It is in the center of the chair. Feet are apart. Pull that belly button in. Give that low back of yours some support. And then where's our exhale as we pull up? Good, against gravity. Last 2. Last one. All right, stand on up. Woo. Maybe give your back a bit of a break. Sometimes people like this, they like to do that back extension. Feels nice. You know, do what you have to do. We do get a 20-second recovery, and it's a longer recovery because I want you to make sure you're lifting heavy enough. Here we go. Right hand, lean back, row up. So good rule of thumb, a little longer recovery, shorter work time. You want to use heavier weights. Knees are soft. And again, I've sort of sat my bum back. So it's a little bit further behind my heels. Last 2. One more. Okay. Let's scoop it up. No more chairs, so we'll get that out of the way. Now, feet apart on this guy. All right, we want to be rooted. Use those core muscles of yours. Shoulders back and down. Scoop up, bent elbow, shoulder height only. Lower down. Exhale. I want to feel the front of the body on this one. And then as mentioned, a lot of core because we're having to really root ourselves, not rotate, not twist, not move while we bring those dumbbells away from the body. Let's get one more in. Woo! All right, let's keep this weight. So you want to do the lightest, moderate size. Give me a hip hinge, elbows slightly bent, and we're going to row up. I'm actually going to try 12s for this for me. Okay, so it's a reverse fly hitting into the mid-back muscles. This is such a good posture move. So let's get set up. Feet hip width, hip hinge, lift up. Good. Here we go. Lift. Exhale as we come up. Good. So new circuit. Now we'll do a variation of this fly in our final circuit as well. Right now we're hitting mid-traps. Really, as I said, great posture move. Hands are going to come behind you, and our focus is squeezing those shoulder blades as we lift up. We're going to grab the heavies when that timer goes to hit ourselves down for a chest press drill. Let's do one more. Woo! All right. So I'm going to grab my 25s, take it down, lower down. All right, so we're doing one arm chest press, but I want you to take the arm we aren't pressing with and extend it up and hold it there. So let's extend the right arm up. Now take the left arm, press up and line up with it. Now be aware of this left elbow. You want it in front of the shoulder. We're not lining it up with the shoulder. That's a really bad positioning for that shoulder joint of yours. Our exhale is as we push up. Now we're having to work real hard, especially if you've got appropriate weight on this right arm to keep it up there. Everything else just stays still, and the rest of the body. Wrists are straight and lower down. Woo! And we can just hold here. Actually, I'm going to put the dumbbells on the ground. Woo! All right, so we've got the other arm. So again, I hope you're lifting heavy enough. I want this to be a strength workout. Here we go. Let's get set up. Now our left arm stays straight. Right elbow in front of shoulder. Press to meet that left and lower. Breathe out. Good. Just a quick tip too, if you are new to my workouts, if you're not, you know this tip because you're awesome and you listen. But if you're new, this is a good exercise with both arms together, chest press, if a workout does push-ups and you're just not really into push-ups. You could do a chest press. It won't get as much core by any means, but you'll still get the pecs and triceps. Time. All right, let's roll it on up. Yeah, you probably felt the camera shake with the dumbbells hitting the ground. All right, we're standing and doing that first exercise, the reverse flies. So, feet hip width. All right, hip hinge. We want that neutral spine. Fly up. Breathe out. Now we're on our second set of this circuit. One more. Woo! And let's get into those chest presses now. So if you're like me and you've got really heavy dumbbells, you want to make sure you get set up properly. So even if you've got light ones and you can throw them around like towels, I still want you to follow suit. Place the dumbbells on the thighs. Okay, now roll back and just let everything hit. Good job. Straighten the right arm. Now the left one only is pressing. I did do a tutorial on how to get set up for chest press because somebody asked, and I thought that was a damn good question because I just automatically get set up and I've never cued it for people. So I do have a tutorial on it because it does get to a point where you just can't strong arm, for lack of a better word, the dumbbells. You've got to be set up, good form, because the weight is heavy. Time. Whew. And then to get down, I just roll up and let the dumbbells hit the ground like that. All right, shake out the hands. For me, it's my grip strength that fatigues first. All right, so to get set up, dumbbells rest on the thighs. You just roll back, upper arms hit the ground, and you're good to go. Left arm extends. Now the right arm does the pushing. Or pressing, pardon me. Elbows in front of that shoulder, remember. After this, we're going to move into a new circuit, and it'll be our last one too. Which is good, because, I don't know about you. I'm running out of gas with these heavier weights. Time. Dumbbells down, rock yourself up, just let the dumbbells hit the ground and roll on up. Now grab the moderates. I'm going to grab my 12s, and for the first exercise, we're down on the ground. We're doing a chest fly if you're familiar with exercise terminology. If you're not, down on the ground, elbows slightly bent out, starting above the chest, and open and close. Now if you want to add a little bit of glute and low back extensors, you can do a bridge while we do this. Our exhale now is as we lift the dumbbells up, because once again, we're going against gravity. So you always want to think about exhaling on the hard. Now, if you forget, when the heck do I breathe? Don't worry about it. Just breathe. It's enough already to think about when we're working out. Time, lower down, rock yourself into a seated position. I mentioned we were going to do a different reverse fly, and we are on this one. So I want you to grab a lighter set, because what we're going to do is take the thumbs, place them on the top of the dumbbell like that, and then rotate the thumbs so they're pointed away. Now we get in that exact same positioning, but we're leading with the thumbs, placing more emphasis on the lower traps. In the 30 years of being a trainer, this is an area that's notoriously weak on people, causing a lot of havoc in their posture, in their shoulders, in their neck. So keep those thumbs rotated up, slight pause at the top if you can, and then slow on the way back home. Good. One more. All right. Now you may want to keep these or step it up another weight. We're doing our third exercise back on the mat, a skull crusher. So I'm going to use my 12s. Both arms are straight up in the air. And you don't want to do what the exercise name is, crush the skull. Instead, you want the dumbbells to come right beside the ears and then fully straighten the arms. Those elbows are going to stay over the shoulders. The only thing we're moving is that elbow joint of yours. This is the final exercise in the circuit. We've got one more round to go. Now, where's our exhale? Where's the hard? It's pushing up, isn't it? So that's your exhale. You want to feel the back of the upper arm. I always love to give some extra love to our triceps. As women, they do tend to be the weaker part of our arm. And they do compose, though, 2/3 of our arms. So, time. If they're weak, that's not good. All right, I'm going to keep my 12s. We're taking it back to the chest fly. Maybe you add that hip bridge just to get a few extra muscles involved. Dumbbells above the chest, elbows point out, open up. Just your elbows and upper arm hit the mat, not your wrists or knuckles, and curl back in. Good. Push through those hips, squeeze the glutes. And the dumbbells above the chest, not the head. All right, rock yourself up. Maybe grab the lighter set of moderates that you might have. We've got the thumbs up reverse flies. So here's how I set up. I just hold on to the posts. I bring my thumbs to the top, and then I rotate the thumbs away. Feet shoulder width, hip hinge, and fly. Last round, then we stretch. One more. All right, skull crushers, grab what's going to fatigue those triceps and make sure they fatigue. This is our last set. Come on. Down on the ground. Arms straight up in the air. Wrists, shoulders, elbows, all one line. And now just bend those elbows. Dumbbells come right beside the ear. Touch the mat beside the ears there. Straighten them completely. Working each arm independently. So this is good news because a lot of us do tend to have one arm stronger than the other. So now we've got that weaker arm. She has to fend for herself. Woo! Almost there, you guys. Breathe out as we press up. Remember, that's our hard. And roll yourself up. Great job, you. Woo. Grab a sip of water. Listen, we're going to use that chair or bench for some of our stretches, so pull that back if you pushed it aside like I did. I'm going to show you a few really good stretches for the T-spine, that area I was talking about during warm-up that can be locked up in those of us over the age of 40 and definitely over the age of 50. And it's also going to stretch out into the tricep area. So let's get yourself situated so you're right in front, knees apart, elbows only resting on your chair, and then drop yourself down. Let your hands just drop behind the mid-back or neck. But here's the key, okay? I don't want you to overly drop your low back. I want it to come through your mid-back. Sorry, my toes are cramping. So you're dropping your chest more to the ground, creating this really nice extension, that mid-back area. Well, we're also getting a stretch into the triceps. You might even feel it in your low back. And 2 more breaths. And come on up. Now let's keep the thumb up on the right arm. Keep the side of the palm on the bench or chair and just sit yourself back and push that right hip away, really lengthening through your lat muscles, side of body, into the bicep. So we want the thumb pointed up to your ceiling. And you can play around with it. Try thumb down. You're going to, I think, find that you get a little bit more in the bicep, thumb up. 2 more breaths. Other side, thumb up. That hand's on an angle, and then we push that left hip away while we lower down. Back to center. Now let's do both hands. Have them shoulder width apart and just drop down. Again, we're going to think about dropping the chest down. Keep those thumbs pointed up. Release. Seated. However feels comfortable for you. Interlace the hands, bring the elbows back, open up the elbows, and maybe extend the spine a bit. So I'm give you a side view here. I'm literally kind of dropping back into my hands, opening the chest and heart to the ceiling, stretching into the pecs. And you can be kneeling like I am, seated on your bum, or even have a seat on your chair or bench. Release. Final stretch. Spread those fingers. Turn the fingertips towards the knees. Full hand onto your mat. Sit yourself back till you feel the top of the palms start to pull away. Keep the arms straight and just go, stretching into your forearm flexors. These guys worked hard holding on to the dumbbells. And if you've ever had golfer's elbow or tendonitis, any tendonitis in the elbow, you'll know this stretch well. The more you sit back, the deeper the stretch is. You can also, if you'd like, try and add some side to side. This is handy for those of you that have issues with your wrists, trying to create some opening into the joint, stretching into those tight flexors. And then stay still. And then slowly pull the hand off. And we're going to put the pads, the fingertip pads are the last to pull off, really pressing into the hand so that we stretch each finger individually. So come on up. Oh, goodness me. Stretch those fingers. Ah, there's a spider right here. Oh, hello. Stay there. And shake it out. All right. I know I'm way bigger than him, but you know, it just kind of startled me. All right, I gotta go get the spider cup. Yeah, we have a cup. We relocate them. I've talked about this in another video. I relocate them by the pond in the front yard so they have waterfront. Hey, listen, enough about that. Thank you so much for joining me. Please drop a comment down below. I want to hear from you, and you can help this video out by clicking that thumbs up button so the YouTube algorithm finds this video. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and challengers, don't worry. Tomorrow's leg day. We'll leave the lower upper body alone. Bye. Now listen, you will need some equipment, so I'd love for you to grab, an assortment of dumbbells from a light to heavy. However, if you only have one pair, no worries, we'll make it work. In addition, I would also love for you to have a chair or a bench nearby so that we can blah, 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 blah.